Chocks and Chocolates, and in between, Roberto here for another video review. It's the new Cadbury Dairy Milk Orange Mini Eggs. Yeah, it doesn't say mini eggs on them, but I think that's what they are. Yeah, interesting. What does it say? Mini milk chocolate eggs. Oh, there we go. It does say it. With a smooth orange flavoured milk chocolate centre. All right, okay. It's in the small print, or the smaller print, or the smallish print. Yeah, an interesting one. I don't know. I don't know what to think of this packaging. I don't really. It doesn't strike me as very Cadbury-like. I don't know what. I mean, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it stands out. I don't know, but it's something. I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know. It's yeah. Well, it's striking, I guess. It does stand out. Yeah, it does stand out. I just don't know what to think about it. Anyway, but yeah, interested very much in this. I mean, as I say, it says a smooth orange flavoured milk chocolate centre. I'm hoping it's a bit of a solid egg, but not some kind of praline thing. But it might be a bit different if it was praline. So I don't know. Like well, not say praline, like a more not quite a solid chocolate centre, basically, is what I'm saying. And one thing, word of warning actually, before going any further, is be very careful with these, because I feel like when I got this, it was even more filled with air, basically. But when I was looking, when I got these, by the time I got home with another pack of these, basically it had actually just split because it was so full of air, or whatever's in it. It just split. So I got home, and it wasn't like that when I bought it, but obviously in the packaging, well, in the carrier bag or whatever, it had it just obviously pressed against something, and it was so jammed full of sort of air or whatever's in there, whatever they fill it with. It burst basically, and so I had to, I weighed it and everything, and it weighed about what it says it should do. I think it weighed a bit more than 72 grams actually, about 78 or something. But so I was quite sure I hadn't lost any chocolates, but of course because I count the chocolates and things like this inside the bag, I thought, well, I can't risk it, can I? Just in case one's become missing, or I was quite sure it wasn't burst when I bought it. I say it was because it was packed full of air. It was so it was bloated basically, and it's a bit weird actually, because this one's not. I'm sure it's not as bloated as it was when I got it. It's still quite full of air, but yeah. Now you will notice as well, you can't we'll look at it further, but you can see it's very empty, this as well. And when you bear in mind the fact that there's lots of flourishes on the wrapper side, all individually wrapped, it's basically half empty, this pack. I mean, it's ridiculous really. So it doesn't, my initial impressions of this are really pretty poor. I don't know if I like the look of it, and it's half empty. I mean, it's literally half empty. And I'm saying all this is just sort of wrapping as well, taking up space, these sort of flourishes on the end, the twist bits. So yeah, I don't know. So my first impressions of the product are not great, but from all that kind of points of view. But obviously, yeah, fingers crossed it still tastes nice, basically. Let's have a look. So other than the front, it says new, of course, in the top right. Anything else of interest? Beetroot rice, 100% sustainably sourced cocoa. I'd always be sceptical about anything that says 100% anything, really. But especially in this case, because basically what defines sustainably sourced is subjective, essentially, or there's different ways of defining it. So I would definitely look into it if it's important to you, because I think you'd find there's definitely some small print involved in that. Surprised there's no asterisks on it actually. Yeah, so partner with Fair Trade Foundation. Cocoa Life helps farmers get the most from their cocoa trees through environmentally friendly farming. Okay, so we've got nutritional information per 100 grams, 533 calories, which is over the middle of the 500 to 550 scale that chocolate generally falls into from what I've seen chocolate treaty type products. 30 grams of fat, 17 of which are saturates. And per 2 eggs, 20.6 grams, 110 calories, 6.2 grams of fat, 3.6 of which are saturates. It's got the recommended daily intake, or whatever it is there, percentages of it. 2,000 calories, yeah. Okay, interesting. 72 gram bag, as I say. So, yeah, it looks to be 2, 4, 6. Yeah, it looks to be about 7 eggs in the pack. Yeah, which isn't many really, is it? Milk chocolate eggs with orange flavoured milk centre, 41%. Okay. Well, it's got palm oil in there as well, as you see there. Alright, yep. We've got there sort of, it's equivalent to 426 ml of fresh liquid milk in every 227 grams of milk chocolate. Okay, well obviously we don't have 227 grams here, so there we go. Right, it's milk size 20% minimum, actual 23%. I still don't quite get that, why it says that. I mean, we just want the actual, don't we? I've never understood it, you know. I've not really looked into it much, but I don't know if it means that they have a quality control or something, but what we're interested in is the actual, aren't we? So I don't get it. Maybe it's my ignorance on the subject, I don't know. But cocoa size 20% minimum. Contains vegetable fats in addition to cocoa butter. And the Queen approves, look at that, by appointment to Her Majesty the Queen, cocoa and chocolate manufacturer, Cadbury UK Limited, Bourneville. Manufacturers. Yeah. I've got here, so be a good egg. Wrap, don't recycle. Recycle with bags at large supermarket. Don't recycle at home. Alright. Available local recycle facilities. No more recyclenow.com. I don't get that. Recycle at large supermarkets, not at home. What's the I don't know what that means. Why is it a problem? Why shouldn't you recycle at home? Well, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you know. If I've never heard of that before. Don't recycle at home. Surely recycling is recycling. I don't know. Is it any worse to recycle at home? Is that like a worse way of recycling? I mean, I assume there's something in that, but I don't know what that is. As far as I know, that makes no sense. But there we are. So happy Easter, it says. So actually references Easter, which is unusual in the sort of products. They don't tend to sort of actually overtly mention sort of religious sides to the whatever it's trying to do. They'll call it like spring edition or winter edition if it's Christmas, you know, things like this. And even though they'll have reindeers on it or something. So yeah, interesting. So they've actually, you know, yeah, called a spade here. I mean, I can kind of understand it though to an extent, but it's yeah, I don't know. I mean. Yeah, it's clearly an Easter product, isn't it? Main license from Cadbury UK Limited. Okay, we're passionate about our great quality Cadbury products. Agree certified, please contact us here. Okay, be treated right. It's got best before. So Andrew Winter's always mentioned this. Yeah, the Cadbury's Easter products always have a sell-by date to the 31st of the 7th, 2022, always. My theory is it's just to make sure that the stock is cleared and they've not interfering with other products and things like this. So there we go. All right, well, there we go. So I think... I don't think there's much more to say. I think we just need to get into it now. So let's do it. Let's give it an open. Right, okay, I want to give these Cadbury Dairy Milk Orange mini eggs. Doesn't really mention mini eggs in a big way, or in any way really, other than the small print at the bottom. So it'd be nice if it just said mini eggs, but there we go. I guess you just have to assume from the look of it and things. I guess you can kind of get it, but anyway. And the new, of course, yeah. So we're going to give these an open. This is very full of air, these ones. And as I mentioned before in the preamble, originally the one I bought just burst I think on my sofa or something. That must have been pressed against something. It was just so full of air that it just burst on its own pretty much. So when I came to open it, it looked as if, you know, so well I could technically, you know, use this open one I guess, but it just burst at the seam. But just because I couldn't guarantee that one hadn't gone missing, I thought, well, I've got to get another one so I can actually properly open it and show you what's actually in it for sure. Alright, so let's give it an open then. So time recording, I've done, how many have I done? 870 plus reviews, believe it or not. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. In the top right hand corner I've got a link to a place with all my other reviews, as well as other orange chocolate reviews and Cadbury reviews and dairy milk reviews and Easter reviews. As many as I can basically. So yeah, if you watch this one, go check those out and hopefully enjoy those too. Plenty to keep you going. So there we go. So you can see here, I mean look, really is nothing. I'll tell you what though. It's a very nice smell coming from it. It's a very orangey smell. A bit of an artificially smell, but it's definitely a waft come through. Unless they've just pumped it full of that smell. That's what they've done. I don't know. But you can see here. I mean, there's hardly any in here compared to the size of the packet. Now, I reckon there'd be 7 in here. 5, which I think there is. Yeah, so we did predict correctly there, based on the per 2 eggs being 20 grams. 20.6, whatever it was. 20.6, yeah, there we go. And it's only a 72 gram bag, so 246. So yeah, no, done half of that. So yeah. Okay, right. Well, there we are. So yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. There's obviously flourishes here as well, but if you sort of, you see what I mean? These things here, you know, if you do this and try to fill these in as best you can clearly see that it pretty much fills half the bag. You know, and then say half of this is just these things here taking up space. So lots of flourishes here, a bit crazy really. All right, okay, well let's see. So we'll open one and then we'll show you. Well, first of all, let's have a look at that. Okay, wrapping. I'm not again, not overly impressed. It doesn't look very, I don't know, just there's not really an air of quality about this for some reason. I don't know what it is. Like the outer wrapper I wasn't too convinced by. Don't know why, just not. I don't know. Something I don't like about that. I don't know quite, can't put my finger on it. And then these as well don't look too great. I guess it doesn't matter too much, but yeah. Well, let's give it a bit of an open then. Let's there we go. Look, a big hole in this one. It doesn't look to be filled with anything. Does it really? You know, could be wrong, but it doesn't look to be filled with anything, that hole. All right. Well, we'll delve into that a bit more. And the pattern's a bit rubbish as well. I mean, why is there not something on that face there? Why does it not say, or have a C for Cadbury, or that's where it's been filled from there, so you can see it's been filled on that side. Alright, so you can see here, compared to the wrapper, that's what you actually get. So if you look at that, so you imagine, I mean, you know, so it's a lot smaller than the actual wrapper. It's like half the size almost. Almost. Yeah, if not actually half the size. So you imagine if you went back to the packaging here, you had 7 of these. I mean, you could probably fit them all almost on the bottom row itself. So that's what I mean about all these flourishes taking up space. You know, I mean, look at that. You could literally you could almost fit them all, pretty much just like that, lined up. 7 there, pretty much. You know. There's wrapping here as well. There's 4, 5. Yeah, I mean, as I said, there is wrapping here. Almost, I reckon, almost. I won't open them all just to prove that, but I think you get the point. Alright, okay, well, there we go. So let's give them a bit of a measure. So the measure of the, let's see, the actual leg from tip to toe. If you want to see it. About 3.6 centimetres there. And the width, probably at the widest point, as we can, about 2.2, 2.3. Just a rough width, roughly at the top, not quite at the top, but just something. 1.2. All right, let's have a open. Well, we'll open another one just to see. Okay, so we've got the nubbin. There's no hole in this one. Right, so we'll give them a bit of a chop. We'll just move these out of the way so we can look into these a bit better. So let's see. We'll give this one a chop first. I want to investigate this hole in a minute. In fact, hang on, before I forget. Yeah, I forgot to do it. Just measure this. It's about 7. Yeah. So the flourish is this one about 7.5. Not completely flat, but we'll say about 7.5 centimeters. As I say, but the actual height of this was about 3.6. Depends on where you do it, actually. Yeah, 3.7 in this case now. I don't know if it's changed a bit from before, but yeah, about 3.7. 3.7. So to go for to go from 7.5 to 3.7, so it's literally, half as long as it was with the wrapper. So pretty poor that. All right, well there we go. Let's give this a. We'll open it down the seam, I think. We can, or chop it down the seam. Right, look at that. It's literally half empty. It's half empty. I mean, we had problems with the Cadbury white jingly bells. I mean, but look, it's half empty. That's, you know, I was looking at this hole thinking, well, I can, you know, it looks very hollow to me, and it looks like it is. Yeah, it's just collapsed because there's nothing in it. There's no stability there. It's literally half empty. Just grab another one. I mean, we've got 2 of them here. You can see the where the filling is there. I mean, this is really poor. Literally half empty. Let's try again. I mean, I think 2. Yeah, look, it's half empty. You can see that's, you know, that ridge there is where the other I've not chopped it straight. You know, that is half the egg. I mean, look, it's And you can see that's the egg there attached. You know, it is literally half empty, if not more so, because I don't think it goes right to the top. I mean, that's really poor, isn't it? I mean, it's really poor, that. So this is no, you know, this would just break. That's why it's breaking when I'm chopping it, because there's nothing in it to hold it together. But it's literally half empty. I mean, that's terrible, that, isn't it? I mean, this is... I mean, I'll do another one, just for the sake of it, just to prove it, but, you know... I mean, I think we've already... Well, look at that, you can... Yeah, well, it doesn't prove anything, actually, but... I could probably just break it. Yeah, look. I could just break it, because there's no... You know, there's nothing there to hold it together. I can't... Well, I could snap it, but I can't just squeeze this one and break it. Literally just... I mean, that's just poor, isn't it? You know, it's another poor product. It's as if it's not... I just don't feel like this is made by Cadbury. It's like the Jingly Bells. It just didn't feel like they were... I mean, they are, but it's as if they've just... Again, it just feels like they're outsourced to someone else, and I don't think they are. But it doesn't feel right. There's something wrong with this product. It doesn't feel like the typical Cadbury's product. I don't know why that is. I can't explain it. It just doesn't feel right. It didn't look right, and it isn't right. You know, this. I mean, this is nonsense. I can't believe they've done that. Really poor. Yeah, and again, the Jingly Bells, they did it, and they've done it with this. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, we won't go on about that for now. We'll continue on, but I'm not happy about that at all. Really poor, and there's so much space in the. Remember, there was so much empty space in the bag itself, and then there's empty space inside the chocolates. You know, the chocolates are half empty, so all this. You know, I mean, so we're talking about the fact that the actual area of the chocolate taken up in the bag is only like basically at the bottom of the bag. But then if you take out all the air from inside the chocolate, then there's even less again. Absolutely terrible. All right, well, okay, well, let's continue on then. There's a bit of an orange smell coming from it, but it's not a proper orange smell. I don't know. I can't quite recall Cadbury's Dairy Milk Orange, whether it smelled. I'm sure it didn't smell. I don't know, maybe it did a bit, but... All right, well, you know, impressions are not great on this one. Let's see how it tastes anyway. Let's see how it tastes. So, it'll probably taste okay. I assume it's just going to be dairy milk with an orange flavour, you know, like the bar, but it's so poor, isn't it? All right, been half empty. All right, well, let's give it a taste. Let's do it. Right, okay, I'm going to give these Cadbury Dairy Milk orange mini eggs, you know, it doesn't specifically say mini eggs other than in the blurb at the bottom, a taste. Very disappointed so far. Basically, long story short, is the bag's pretty much, I don't know, like a fifth full pretty much, I guess you'd say, or I don't know, it's definitely over half empty anyway. And the eggs are over half empty as well, but sliced in half free of the eggs. And you can see here that only half of them actually has a filling, the other half is just empty, so the shell, you can just break it. You know, just really poor, and it's not a one-off. They're just not full. They don't film like the Jingly Bells. They're just scrimping on the side. So not only is the bag at least half empty, well, the eggs are half empty as well. So the space that the eggs are taking does not replicate the actual amount of chocolate you get either. So just terrible. I'll even open up another one here. I'll just, I'm sure I'll be able to just squish one half of it, whichever half is not empty. Yeah, look. Break it. Just, you know, it's just empty, just half empty. Half empty. Terrible. It's just terrible, isn't it? All right, well, we'll start a new one to eat it anyway, but let's give it a taste then. Let's do it. As I got this other one, so we'll get the experience of eating a proper one and see how it is like. So when it just collapses in your mouth, probably because it's half empty. So. All right, let's give it a go. Let's give it a taste. I mean, you might not notice it when you bite into it because it does collapse, but you might not really notice it because you know you get half of it's quite solid. So it's a bit of a deceptive tactic, really. If you didn't really sort of look into it, you might not even really notice it. They're okay, you know. I mean, as far as the taste is concerned, it feels a bit softer on the inside, for whatever reason. I don't know, why that is. It's clearly just been covered in, you know. I don't quite get it really. I don't know why they've. I don't know what's happened here. Just what have they done? They've sort of like got a shell and then filled it. But why not just? Why is it not just a solid chocolate egg? I don't know. It feels a bit softer on the inside than the outside. Yeah, but not really much, you know, by much. I don't think it tastes that particularly good either. There's not really much of an orange taste here. You know, I don't know. It tastes okay. It tastes a bit like dairy milk. It's got that sort of, you know, nice velvety taste to it, but I wouldn't say it particularly tastes like orange. You know, I don't quite. I'm sure the orange dairy milk was okay. I think it had a bit of a orange taste to it, but I don't think it was that strong either. So I'm guessing it's just a bit, you know, yeah, just not the best chocolate orange taste. We've got like a bit of a double one where it's basically two filled edges here, two filled sides. So we'll eat that and see. Let's get more chocolate, really. You know, it's not really. Obviously, it's better to eat it that way. Maybe they fill it half because they think it would be too hard for people to eat. I don't know, but that's not the point, really. People are expecting a solid chocolate egg. If they're too big, if they think they're too big for people to enjoy, it won't be easy to eat because it'll be too hard if it's a solid egg. They make them smaller. You know what I mean? They do mini eggs which are smaller than these. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I mean, the chocolate tastes okay, but the orange flavour is almost. There's something there, but it's not a very strong orange flavour at all. I think you'd be quite disappointed, really. And I feel, I'm sure I was quite disappointed with the Cadbury's Dairy Milk oranges. Well, I can't quite recall now, really. But I don't. Yeah. Don't think it was that great. I mean, it's dairy milk and everything, but I think this product's a bit poor, really. I feel like it's just half empty. It's just really half. The bag's more than half empty, and the chocolates themselves are half empty. I don't think there's much of an orange taste to them. It's just really disappointing. I just think that it's just half empty. I just can't get it, and the bag's half empty. I feel the chocolate is okay. It's dairy milk. It's not too bad, but it's got the orange taste that's not really there very well. It's very sort of weak. I just feel this is a real disappointing product. It's just half empty. I don't think it tastes particularly good. The bag's half empty, so it doesn't look that great either. I don't like the look of it. I don't like the look of the eggs either. I don't know. It's just something. All of it's just not very good. I mean, there's no presentation on one half of it, and the other side has had a hole that's been filled in from where it's been, apparently filled or half filled. So there's no real design there. I just feel it's a really disappointing product, really. I don't really know what to rate this. I mean, it's okay. The Cadbury's Dairy Milk, is all right. Yeah, I just had a look back at my rating. I gave the regular Dairy Milk with orange, and basically said kind of the orange flavour wasn't really there, and but nonetheless it was good enough. I guess that's kind of the case with this. Really, it's not really there. I guess it gives you some kind of semblance of it, but I feel like it just isn't sort of very good. There's no quality about it. I mean, the bar of the chocolate is quite a sort of solid chocolate, and it has a bit more of an experience to it. I don't know, but this one, I mean, while it tastes about the same, I don't know, the feeling, the experience of it all is just not there. The fact you got those half empty eggs, and the fact the bag's more than half empty, and I don't know, and the way it sort of just, I don't know. I mean, I know normally you probably wouldn't do what I'm doing and sort of crush them or whatever just to show that it doesn't, it's half empty, or chop them in half or whatever. And but nonetheless, they should be full eggs. That's what you're expecting. So the fact that they're not is just ridiculous. I don't know. I feel just have the chocolate bar. I think this is just a waste of time. This product. It's just really poor. It doesn't look great. Really minimal effort. I don't like the packaging either. I don't know. Something not quite right about it. It's just full of air, and it literally can burst as well. I've had that happen. It's just been too full of air, and I realise they might sort that out, but it's not the point really. When I've got it, they haven't, and it's not been a one-off. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The actual taste of the product itself isn't bad. It's not bad. I gave the regular Dairy Milk with orange a 4 out of 5. Might have been a bit extreme. That maybe it's more probably 3.5. Really, But as the bar experience, it's pretty nice. It's, as I say, quite a sort of chunky bar, and Dairy Milk is nice. But these ones, I don't know, they just I just don't feel like you're getting much of an experience, and I feel like you're being taken for a ride almost, So yeah, don't know. Yeah, I feel it's a bit like the Jingly Bells, the white chocolate Jingly Bells. I can't give them a good rating when it's just half empty. I just can't. So I think overall it's probably, I think normally it'd be a 2 out of 5. I think a bit like the Jingly Bells, but because of the fact they're half empty, because the bag's half empty, again like the Jingly Bells, all those same problems where the bag's half empty and the chocolate's half empty, and you've got flourishes on the wrappers to make it look bigger. It's got to be 1.5 out of 5. It's just really poor product, and it's not a 1 because it doesn't taste terrible, but it's just a really poor product. I think just buy the regular Dairy Milk Orange, basically, the actual bar. It's just so much. It's just a better experience. I mean, and you can see what you're getting, and it's solid chocolate, and it's not a nonsense. In the middle of these ones, it's a slightly different texture because it's filled different. I think it's the same, but it just gives you a bit of a different texture because of the way it's filled. I don't know, and I don't know if it doesn't really add anything to it. I just don't feel like it's the proper product. Even though it's probably much the same. But as I say, half it's empty. Just 1.5 out of 5. It's just terrible. It's just a poor product again from Cadbury, and this is the second one in as many months. So yeah, pretty much whenever the white chocolate Jingly Bells came out. Yeah, terrible. Just terrible. Really poorly executed product. Yeah, 1.5 out of 5. I would just stay away from this one. People won't know. People get it because they'll assume it's going to be nice, because it's dairy milk. It's a dairy milk product. It's Cadbury's. You know what I mean? Meant to have a bit of quality about it, but there's no quality about this one at all. There's really minimal effort. Really poor. Looks poor anyway. And then it's half empty, as I've said many times. And the packaging nothing is that great, and it's full of nothing. It's more than half empty, and then the wrappers themselves, got these flourishes to make them look even bigger. And then the chocolates themselves have got half empty, literally half empty. Terrible, really terrible. And so it's only not a 1 because the taste is reasonable. It's not a horrible tasting product. It's just really poor product in every other aspect. Yeah, 1.5 out of 5. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed that review. Let me know what you think about all this half-empty chocolates, whether it matters to you. What do you reckon to it? Half-empty bags as well, Yeah, let me know what you think about this one. It's, you can taste it as well when you do bite into it. It does, you just collapse a bit, but it's not as bad because you don't really realise it, and you're not really thinking about it, or looking for it. You might not really notice it, but nonetheless it's there, and it's just a lot of empty space, and it does affect it really. It does affect it, and it's not the point either. It's not the point, is it? If it's half empty, you'd think it's not. It looks like you're getting more than you are. But yeah, as I say, let me know what you think. Leave a comment over it. Always great to hear from you anyway, whatever it's about. But I'd like to know what you think about this specific subject, this half-empty chocolate. But yeah, chocolate eggs, terrible really. Not for the first time from Cadbury. Yeah, check out the YouTube member program as well. It's great to support the channel, really is. The link for that's in the description. As is the link for the Discord too, which is a great way to keep in touch with myself and be part of the community. As I say, leave a like, leave a comment. Yeah, have a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.